What's up, you guys? I hope you're very well. I hope you're having a very nice day. Today I thought I'd show you this very short video. This is sort of like an update on what this little guy that we worked on several months ago looks like today. Yeah, and you can see that it's growing nicely. We have a submerged part of the build and the emerged part of the build, and everything is doing okay at the moment. But actually a couple of months ago we did have some little problems here and there, and they were all because of the very high temperatures that we've been having in the past couple of months. So right now it's in a very, very good position, location. It's in my room, it's on a desk, it's under a grow light, well, in this case a desk lamp, but you can see that the plant, especially the moss, has been really enjoying the lower temperatures and the bright lights. Yeah. So today we're going to take a look at a couple of the things that make up this build, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's begin. We start with the submerged part over here, and you can see that the bucephalandras that I put here, originally I think I had just planted like a couple, but then later on, since I have so many, I decided to add a couple more, and they've been growing very well, so much so that I've already propagated them. I've already pruned them so that I can have more bucephalandras. Yeah, so we have 1, 2, 3. There's another one floating over there, and over here we can also see a little root reaching the bottom of the build. We have another one here, and this little guy, this is the only livestock that I've got in this project, and it was only added a couple of weeks ago. This came as a stowaway when I bought an aquarium plant, and I've been experiencing a lot of changes to the builds where these little guys are present. I can see that they're very good in removing algae. I don't know the species or anything, but they're very good at removing algae and all of the organic matter that falls in the water. So like I said a couple of weeks ago, the bottom of this build was like covered in brown, like a biofilm, and this little guy took it all out. Yeah, so we can see right here that this is a really cool little inhabitant of this build, and that's pretty much, like I said, the only livestock that I got here. So that's pretty much it on the submerged part. It's growing in the typical Wallstadt method aquarium setup. Organic matter in the bottom, your typical black gardening soil with a layer of aquarium gravel, in this case a very fine grain, almost like sand. And the original design for this build was like two mountains through which a river flows in the middle, and then a little island in the middle of the river. And we can see that this is the little island right here. It would have been good if this combined with some of the showing stones to show that these are all from the same geological elements, but I think it conveys the idea very well. So talking about this island, I planted some moss in the middle, and we can see that most of it died, but we do have a couple of sprigs of moss growing here and there. Yeah. So yeah, it looks kind of nice. I think in the future it will look even better. And then we reach the top. Yeah, we can see that we got all kinds of little ferns growing here and there. So for example, ferns growing here. There's another fern over here, a different fern species over here, and this little plant in the middle that also came as a stowaway in the clay that I used. The moss that I used for this build, it was from a little patch that I collected in the mountains near where I live. Well, near, like a couple of hours from where I live. And so this little plant came with it. And you can see that it's beautiful, right? We can see the different colors in the stem. The leaves are also beautiful, so I intend to propagate that and use it in other projects. And when it comes to the moss, you can see, like I said before, that it's growing really, really well. A couple of weeks ago, like I said, we did have some patches of mold, but that went all away when the moss regained the vigor. We can see here the remains of that mold. But when the moss regained the vigor, that was pretty much the ending for that problem. Yeah. And let's also take a look at the back, because over here I got another one of those Bucephalandras. Oh, first we got this Hydrocaudal tripartita. I still don't know how to pronounce that, but the Japanese liverwort, no, not liverwort, the pennywort, Japanese pennywort. Yeah, so it's growing nicely. A couple more little ferns here and there, condensation. And this Bucephalandra, which is like a larger species, we can see that we got some organic matter here, was already growing very, very big. You know, it reached a very big size, and I pruned it. You can see the leaves there, and I pruned it so I could propagate the cuttings, and the cuttings are growing nicely in a different build. So yeah, you can see that this is like a very interesting little project. I really like how it looks right now. I think it conveys the original message, you know, of the mountains and the river and the island that I intended for it. So I think this is a success. When it comes to maintenance, pretty much that's non-existent. You know, the only thing that I casually do every now and then is add more water to it. Yeah, if I see that the water level is dropping, I just add a couple of squirts with my spray bottle, and that's pretty much it. You know, so if you keep something like this under a desk lamp in a cool place, very well lit place, you'll have a very, very cool little project on your hands. And like I said, this is maybe something that you can do if you're like a biology teacher, to show the importance of balance in ecosystems. I think that would be really, really cool. Yeah. So anyway, I wanted to show you guys this little build, and I'm gonna also show you another little project that's just coming up, and we'll call it a day. Okay. So this is the other project that I wanted to show you guys. And we can see that those Bucephalandra cuttings that I mentioned before, some of them are planted here. Yeah, I also planted this Hydrocaudal leucocephala. You know, the names are kind of difficult to pronounce, but yeah, this is another type of pennywort, like an aquatic one. If you got bright lights, it might serve as a what do you call those? Like a carpeting? Yeah, a carpeting plant. And the main plant in this build is this little lotus, aquarium lotus. Yeah. So I bought this at a discount at Petco, and I would really, really, really love it if it bloomed. So that's why I'm growing it here almost by itself. You know, I've got very, very few plants, just so that we get the maximum amount of nutrients to the main plant in the build that's, you know, planted right there in the middle. Livestock, I'm not gonna leave this little betta fish here, female betta fish here. It's just here because it gets mosquito larvae, you know, and they just love mosquito larvae, and they eat it here. I've got some people ask me, so why do you keep it in such a small container, in such a small environment? Well, the thing is that these little fish, sometimes they're neglected, and at pet stores even, they are kept in little cups. And I think this is a huge upgrade, and this is not going to be the final home for this little guy. Still, I think it's got a lot of space. I think it's got a lot of room, and it's just temporary. Yeah, it's sort of like a pest control livestock edition, but it's happy, you know. It's active, it's happy, it gets fed. It doesn't only eat mosquito larvae whenever they come. No, it gets fed every day, and I think, yeah, it's kind of cool. I did the same thing with this build, you know, gardening soil in the bottom, and then aquarium gravel on top. We got mini bucephalandras, normal size bucephalandras. So I think in a couple of weeks this will look really cool, and I'll show it to you guys. It's growing in this container, by the way. I'll show it to you guys what it looks like once it, you know, it gets more plant growth. Okay. Oh, by the way, you can see that some of the leaves of the lotus are a bit destroyed, and you can see that the culprit leaves these little hairs behind. It's my cat, you know, who likes to drink from this, even though it has unlimited amounts of water in its bowl. It likes to drink from here. Yeah. It doesn't hurt the fish. It doesn't try to kill or eat the fish. So I just let her, you know. So anyway, that's it for today. Kind of a long video after all. But I hope you like it. I haven't been uploading videos regularly because I've been very busy, and I'm about to get super busy again. But in a couple of minutes I can record something for you, just so that we get you know, the comments and the questions and the community going. The community, I mean the people that like these builds, that like aquariums and terrariums. If you already follow my bonsai channel, thank you very much. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, you will be really helping me out if you do. So anyway, if you have any doubts, questions, comments, anything, drop them down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye.